Hey everyone, Adrian over at the Sampleist. We're going to take a look at a new electric piano from Native Instruments. This one is Alicia Electric Keys, a sample library made from Alicia's very own personal electric grand piano. The electric piano in question is one of my all-time favourite sounds in the electric piano world, a Yamaha CP70. Using Alicia's very own custom effects chains, this signature release lets you experience the very iconic sound that she creates on stage and in the studio. This piano was created in conjunction with Galaxy Instruments, who previously worked on creating Piano Colors, Noir, Una Corda, and quite a number of more libraries from Native Instruments stable. The CP70 in general is an iconic piano in its own right, and it's been used by many iconic bands like Tangerine Dream, Genesis, Simple Minds, Peter Gabriel and Phil Collins, just to name a few. You will require either the free Contact player or the full version of Contact 7.10.5 or higher. You get 85 sounds out of a box that has been created using this CP70, which weighs in at 8.5 gigabytes. Alicia Electric Keys is priced at £129. It's available now, and let's take a listen to how this library sounds. So that's what it sounds like. Absolute stunning sound from this Yamaha CP70. A really iconic electric piano sound. So let's have a look at what we have to play and shape the actual overall feel and sound of this CP70. On the front page we have, on the left hand side, we can go into the browser and we can then narrow down your search. So you can get your style. So if I want pop, clean with a pickup sound, and there we go, we've got all the presets with that fit those parameters. You can also, if I just come out of this, you can also select your patch by just using the little drop down like I was doing when we did the playthrough. And then we have the macros that are pre-mapped at the bottom here to the sound, where we can adjust the colour, the dynamic range of the sound. So obviously to the right makes it softer, and to the left makes it harder. And the fun thing is, I don't know if you noticed this, but when I play a key, words light up on the piano. Now, if I move this dynamic layer here and I play, they become brighter. And if I make it softer, they become darker. Little thing, but it's a cool touch. Then we can add a bit of sub. maybe if I play bottom end, you probably hear a bit more, and you probably need good speakers or headphones for this bit. If I click on this, it will take me to the instrument page. So that little arrow there will take me to instrument page. We've got the preamp bass. The mids and the treble, so it's like a little EQ for the preamp at the bottom here, and then you can do the main compressor there, and then we have the reverb. If I click on that, that'll take me to the effects page. So it's all wonderfully mapped and easy to navigate from the front panel there. But as you saw, there's a lot more behind the scenes. If we jump into the instrument panel now, if you've used any of these series of Native Instruments sample libraries before, then this will all be very familiar with you. We have the ability to sort of play with your mic sources from the pickup, that's my little lead there, to the actual microphone. So if I turn the microphone on and off, you can see if it's highlighted, it's on. If it's dark, it's off. So if I bring them both on, and they can also adjust the volume of those. You can adjust the main volume, the hammer sound from the CP70, the overtones, the release, and the pedal noise. So pedal noise will be directly affected by this as well. So you can hear the knocking of me pressing my sustain pedal. So you get a bit more dynamics in the playing there. You can alter the resonance of the sound. And the amount of punch sort of to the sound, and it's easy to show you than trying to describe punch. So you can hear the more metallic tone there on the punch. We can shape the sound by colour. So make it darker, brighter. So it's like a cut off, if you will, in the old, analog synthesizer world, that, and then you got tonal shift. And then we have a dynamic range, which, as you saw earlier, it's actually mapped to this. You probably saw with the colour as well, it's mapped. You watch that dial here, it's mapped across. Then we have the attack portion, so I can turn it into a pad and change the release. So I can have a natural release or a sample-based one. Quite neat. Then obviously we've got the tone. And the sub, so we can change the pitch of the sub bass here. So it's on C3 at the moment. I can change that. I'll just turn that off for a moment. You can adjust a bit more of the tone with low key overtones. And again, you can change the resonance. You also have the ability to change the sort of like noises produced by the CP70. So you got the hammer. We have the pedal, which we've done before. We can do a noise loop, and we can change the cabinet here. So I have all radio, electric grand sound. Let's go for rainy. So this is quite cool. You can change the stereo spread of the DI, which is your pickup here, and your stereo spread of your mic. So quite a lot to actually shape your initial tone. Now we get to the very fun bit. We can go into the effects chain and we can place any effect in any order we want. But we kindly have been provided with some default sort of chains that Alicia Keys has kindly put together for us. So we can have ambient. That's a lovely reverb tail that. We've got a granular feedback. Now you can put these as pre, FX or post. But as you can see, we've got different sort of routes we can take with these. So if I just close that and go to default, and we can take these off. Let's just take all these off. And then we can separate the chains if we want. So we can have in here, I don't know, let's go for a filter. We'll have a filter in this one. And then if I click on it, it brings up the filter section. So again, we've got some presets. So we'll go for a sequence filter. Turn it on. The preamp. We can, like I say, we can put them both through the preamp. And if I want to, I can say I'll have a cabinet next. Click on the cabinet. And let's have a look at, I don't know, UK 70s. And we'll have a bigger size. We can change the guitar to a guitar amp if I want. And let's put last in chain some convolution reverb. Now I'm going to turn that down a bit now. And if I want to, we can say we've got all these impulse responses that we can play with. So let's go for 50s radio. Or we can go rhythmic. Oh, these are cool. Crystal echoes. So that is really cool what you can actually do with the effects chain. And then the very last screen we have to play with is just like a system menu here where we can adjust the tuning, the response of the instrument, and the MIDI macro velocity curves. So this absolutely fantastic what you can actually do to change the sound. So we've gone from a typical Yamaha CP70 sound to something quite dreamy. So that's what we get with the interface. Let's take a listen to what we can do with sounds just from this library. So a simple sketch just using the electric piano sounds from Alicia Keys. To start with, as we tend to do, is set a scene, and that scene is provided by low, high scape and filtered changes. And we have this filtered changes, which sounds like this. So that sets a little bit of a theme going there. And then we bring in some pads. Now, electric piano, but with the use of the engine within Alicia Keys, we can turn electric piano sounds into pads. And we have two excellent pads here, sweeping pad, an electric pad, and a double tractum, and as you can see, a pandem. Speaking of which, I haven't put any external effects on these channels at all. What you hear is literally what you get. So it's a nice E major 7 chord at the end there. And we end up with some bass, just a simple bass just to underpin it all. I didn't really want to go too mad with this track, really, to be honest. I just wanted to sort of have a bit of a laid back, chill vamp, really, and this is the bass. And then we have 80s Dimension. Now this is an absolute cracking piano, so electric piano sound for the CP70. You know, the way it's been designed is just how I like it. It's like crystal glassy quality, and you just can't beat that sound. I just really love it. It's just, yeah. Anyway, we ended up with using Source. Now, Source on its sounds like this. Sorry, let me just turn this MIDI insert off a second. Because of its short, plucky nature and nice reverb tail, I thought, tell you what, I'm going to arpeggiate this by sending it through one of the internal effects of Cubase, and all it is just an arpeggiator, really, nothing special. And what you get then is this. So you get this little sort of pattern that fits really, really well with everything that's going on. And then what I did to sort of like add a little bit more to the track is use a patch called Nervous Particles, and gives this like a reverse reverb type effect, which sounds like this. So when it gets sort of like shorter notes, they sort of like feed back into themselves, which when you layer it, does have an interesting vibe. So there we go, a little track just demonstrating putting these sounds from this fantastic library altogether. The Yamaha CP70. The sound that I really like, and Native Instruments has captured it in excruciating detail. Regardless of whether it has Alicia's name on this thing or those lovely flashing little names that you see on the piano body, the sound just takes me to another world. The addition of a fully customisable effects chain allows you to take an ordinary CP70 sound from the very recognisable to, well, something that is really very unrecognisable. Using the now familiar layouts for this series of instruments, Native Instruments allows you to get up and running very quickly in designing and shaping your own tones. The various mic positions and nuances that have been captured from this piano just add to the overall charm. As you probably can guess, I do like this piano a lot, and if you are in need of that CP70 sound, then this is certainly on the buy me list. I've got no qualms in recommending this one. We would like to thank Native Instruments for sending Alicia Electric Keys across for a review. It's very much appreciated. And as always, remember to subscribe to the channel to keep up to date with the latest releases in the music software world. And stay creative, stay sonic, and I'll see you in the next video.